Good morning. It's Tuesday morning, and today we continue with Matthew 12, and it's verses 41 through 45. No, verses 43 to 45. When the unclean spirit has gone out of a person, it passes through waterless places, seeking rest, but finds none. Then it says, I will return to my house from which I came. And when it comes, it finds the house empty, swept, and put in order. Then it goes and brings with it 7 other spirits more evil than itself, and they enter and dwell there, and the last state of that person is worse than the first. So also will it be with this evil generation. Well, over the years, I've met people who seem to know a lot about demonology, and they're filled with learnings. And this is one of those passages where they take a lot out of this. They get a lot of mileage out of a couple of verses and run way down the field. I don't actually think there's a lot there that we can bank on, that we can count on, except Jesus is saying, we cast out a spirit, and it will come back with more spirits, and your last state will be worse than the first. It's a sort of allegory kind of thing. He's just talked about how the generation that seeks a sign is going to be worse than the people of Nineveh in the days of Jonah, for instance. And so now he's saying, well, if I cast your demons out, you're just going to get worse. It's hard to know what to make of that, frankly. We don't think of medical care or mental health treatment in terms of demons and demon possession. It's not something that has been common in our society in the last 300 years. Earlier times they did think that way and make those judgments, but we don't do it that way. So what are we supposed to do? I think honestly, let's admit there are times when somebody seems to be so evil or so disturbed that there's no simple explanation for it. It does seem to be once in a while to be something more has gotten a hold of them. I don't think there's a problem with admitting that, nor do I think we can explain every headache by some sort of demon possession. So I don't focus much energy on any of that. But Jesus is saying, so also will it be with this evil generation. This generation seeks a sign and yet won't accept the signs that are right in front of it, and it's going to end up worse than it started. That's not something that we like to hear about our time, our generation. We like to think that we live in a Christian country and that we are just all good people. We live in a Protestant country, that's for sure, and it's one that has a kind of a poorly understood version of Protestantism in its head, and thinks that that's the truth, and if you don't preach that, then you're off into some error. But none of that is accurate. We have a generation that thinks that its material blessings equal spiritual blessings, and so of course God loves us because look how much money we have. When the Gospels constantly are saying, if you've got 2, give 1 away, give it to somebody who has none. So the Gospels are saying, share and give away and don't grasp things. And our society is saying, hold on to everything and let's pile it up more. So we live in a fundamentally different environment than the one presented to us in the Gospels, I think. And that is going to lead us into some trouble. And I think maybe some of that is what Jesus is getting at in a roundabout way with this particular warning. Well, that was cheerful, wasn't it? But I'll leave you to your rainy Tuesday, and we'll get on with the rest of this chapter tomorrow, and it'll be worse. So hang on to your hat. See you then.